I'm out. We got to think about this. It's not good. I should know my characters. Welcome back to the Chalky Milk Gang podcast, season 2, episode 14, the 16th overall episode of this podcast. Today we're going to be, just giving some reviews of some TV shows we like. It's going to be an interesting episode. We're going to try to keep it quick this time, and we're just going to start out with the good old-fashioned Chalky Milk review. A little fan favorite. Who wants to go first? That's my question.
I don't think I ever go first.
Tyler's going to go first today.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? We're starting it off different. So today we've had it on before. It's pretty solid. We got the Ronnie Brook.
That's a throwback.
What was it? This hails from New York State.
Good state.
I don't know. I don't remember.
State. That's my home state.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the history behind this is, but it says that it's bottled on the farm. So that's
love that. Probably.
But anyway, I got this from Peter's Market this week. Shout out
Peter's Market in Weston.
That's
great
a fantastic Dirty Bird sandwich.
Yeah, did you get the Dirty Bird?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You have sandwich reviews sometime?
Sandwich reviews in the future.
Please.
The best sandwich from a bunch of delis. This guy's
chocolate.
Comment below. Comment or like if you want to see that.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going in for it. I don't know. It's light. It's chocolatey. It's light. That's my first impression. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. It's light. It's not really nothing heavy coming on here, not like an intense blast of flavor. You can taste that it's like, it's quality, it's decent, but it's not anything up there. I don't know.
For sure.
I would drink this. I don't know. It's nothing crazy. Like I said, it's not like a 10 out of 10. It's not super thick. It's thin. It's still chocolatey. It's definitely still chocolate milk, but it's not, not upper echelon. I'm going to go.
I think we gave it an 8 before.
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's not that high. I mean, it's not that bad either. I'm going to go 6-8. Like it's not, like I said, it's not that it's bad. It's good for what it is. But it's held back by the fact that it's probably healthier than it needs to be. It's really not
healthy. Healthy is not good on our scales. I'll just say that.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're trying to be healthy with your chocolate milk, you really shouldn't listen.
Yeah, just don't drink it. Drink something else.
Chocolate milk's like it's one of those things. Like if you want it healthy, you don't want chocolate milk. You want something else.
You don't want to be having like pea protein or something like that. That's coming up in our 100 subscriber.
Guys, get your friends to subscribe, and you'll see what that's all about.
We need to get to 100 soon. Wait, Tyler, I want to clarify something with you. I've given Nesquik like in the 7, like 7.0, 7.1. Like, is that greater or less than Nesquik?
I don't know. See, Nesquik is different because personally, I would rank Nesquik lower. But with that said, Nesquik is definitely thicker than this. I would say the flavor is more produced. It's not as, quality. You can sort of taste that it's less like the flavor isn't natural. It's not smooth. It's not like, as creamy, but that's not what I was trying to say. Yeah. The flavor isn't as natural, but it's more creamy. You can tell that they add in that fat, that flavor that kind of makes it creamier. And you could argue better than this. So
I get that. Yeah. That's some good analysis.
At the end of the day. Yeah. I was going to say at the end of the day, either one could be considered better. So.
I respect that a lot. It's awesome.
All right.
What about you, Will?
All right. We talked about it a lot. I think we've had it on, but we got Trader Joe's.
It's our former champion.
Well, was it? We didn't have it. What do you mean our former champion?
I reviewed it like all the time. Well, not in that video, but it was like our highest rated. It was like a 9.3.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just great. I'm just going to dive right in. It's just a spectacular chalky milk. Covering it up. Smells good. Not as good as Stew's though. It doesn't feel as heavy, but a strong chocolate flavor. It doesn't feel like whole milk. The same way like Stews or Promised Land like feels like creamy. What did I give Stews? Like 9.1?
Stews was like a 9.2, I think.
Yeah.
I'm bumping Stews up to a 9.5, and this is a 9.4. I'm giving Stews the edge here.
Really? I respect that.
But I think I have what Promised Land's at like a 9.7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also gave that 9.7. Best Chalky milk in the game.
It's definitely
Until
good.
we
Like,
make our
over
own.
9 is spectacular.
Oh, yeah. That's like
But it's a
cream of the
9.4.
crop. Yeah. Tyler's almost done with his Chalky
Oh
milk.
no, I killed it. It's
Killed it.
tiny, and I'm really
It's tiny.
thirsty.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Chima,
for
you
me
wanna bring us home?
today, yeah, I'll bring us home. Today we got we got Maple Lime Farm. It's been on the program before, out of Hadley, Massachusetts. I moved back up to college. I had a little weekend at home, and now I'm back. So Hadley is right next to UMass Amherst. You know what I mean? Premium Jersey chocolate milk. So that's interesting. A little two-state vibe here. We're talking Massachusetts and New Jersey. Yeah, it says
Weird.
it says Hadley, Mass, right there, and then it says Premium Jersey chocolate milk. It seems like
Maybe like
lately,
Jersey milk is like a thing.
It could be like I don't know. My parents got mad at me this weekend. They're like, your dad's from New Jersey, right? He's actually from Morristown. Shout out Rick Porcello. My dad, Rick Porcello, the two, and chocolate milk now, I guess. 3 good things that came out of New Jersey. The rest, I don't know. Yeah, it's a big time. I guess Jersey is our chocolate milk state. It's interesting. Grade A pasteurized, plant number 25-26. I think it's really important stuff. Definitely what everyone was asking for. We're going to take off the thing. We're going to take off this thing and drink it. Definitely some chocolate vibes in there because it's chocolate milk. I gave it a 9.1 before. I stick with it. This is a hell of a chocolate milk. This is in the 9s because it's really good chocolate milk.
Dude, we love a good local flavor, like for real.
Yeah, it's local. It's local in a very weird sense because it says Hadley, Massachusetts, but then it also says New Jersey. So it's like just 2 different area codes there, and it's intense. I can feel it in the chocolate milk. I definitely can taste that it comes from 2 states. I don't think it actually comes from 2 states, but it's intense and it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Before the podcast started, you said that's what you get at the dining halls at UMass?
Yeah, so UMass says it's good. Shout out UMass Dining. We won Best Dining Hall for the 5th year in a row. Best dining situation. We have 4 dining halls. Hampshire's the best dining hall. There's no questions asked right there. But they serve us the good stuff. They give us the Maple Line. Yeah, Maple Line Farms chocolate milk. Maybe that's why they keep winning 5 times a year. I know UCLA thinks they're the best, but they're not.
Milk. Hey, chalky milk, as we all know, is a very important part of every meal.
Very important. Like, what kind of balanced meal are you having if it's not with chocolate milk?
Tufts had good milk. I forget. It was like Hood chocolate milk.
Hood is good, actually. We had like the Hood in school. Like when we went to school together, they had like the Hood like cartons and whatnot. Honestly,
different out of a carton though.
It's very different. It's not as good, but nostalgia vibes definitely.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. When I go back to school, definitely gonna try to like fill up a cup and like take it.
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely gonna do that.
And like Tyler, when you go back to BU, you'll have to do this. Well, we'll have to do like a school review.
Yeah.
That's actually sick. Hey, you know what? Just thinking of ideas on the fly. But yeah, great analysis right there. Let's just dive right in. TV shows.
Tyler, you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah. So we're talking about different TV shows that we like, don't like, favorites, hate, etc. We each picked out a show that we've seen at least a little recently. We wanted to talk about. I saw Euphoria, I think like a year ago, and I started listening back to the music because it has a produced album, and the music is so good from that show. Like there are just some bangers. You know that song "All for Us" with Zendaya. It's like the biggest
that's a good one.
But there are still some other hits off that album. So I was going back to listening to that, thinking about the show. I talked it over with my sister a little bit, and it's like it's an okay to pretty good show. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
I've not. I
it
saw one
features,
episode.
yeah, it features Zendaya as the main character. She's like recovering, like she comes back from what's it called, from rehab
Drug rehab.
after getting addicted like to drugs and stuff, and it's kind of about her like adjustment into her life, and like her doing drugs again and not really caring and figuring everything out. It's like a teen drama kind of, and there are a bunch of other like characters that are featured around her, because even though she's the main character, there are like a bunch of supporting actors that are also prominently featured, and they're all
So
really
like ensemble supporting cast.
mm-hmm.
It's a whole group of them.
I gotta say, I mean, I think it's not. I'm surprised that it's as popular as it is. I mean, it has Zendaya, but the plot itself, it's not really like it's a teen drama, but it's not the type of thing you would expect to be popular with kids. Like it's about like, parties and like drugs and relationships and sex and like, sure, like I don't know. That's like kids want to see that, I guess, but it's kind of like dark, and unlike a lot of other shows like like Outer Banks, like the characters aren't like super relatable or interesting, and maybe there are a few that are, but for the most part it's kind of dark and like gritty, and I mean I love it. It's got a lot of cool themes, but it's not that attractive to like the type of audience you would think would want to watch it.
Interesting point.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers. You might have, at least, but even you get it immediately from the trailers, like the lighting in like the makeup and the cinematography are all really, really, really good in the show. Like
I've heard it's like very stylized. Like it doesn't look like real life.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I love it. It's like it adds so much to the show. They have so many crazy, like really like well thought out like shots of different scenes and stuff. I remember there's like this one scene where the two main characters are like hooking up, and it's like the camera like circling around their bed over and over and over again, and like chronologing. That's not a word.
Chronological.
Like and like going over like their development as like characters in like just like 10 seconds, and I like how they did it really well. And then like the lighting is amazing. Like there are some moments, like there's this one scene where Zendaya like does some like drug or something, and she literally just like starts walking on the wall, and they're like the lights are like crazy and flashing, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. It was just so cool. But the plot is so whack. And that's the one thing. The plot of the show is just atrocious. Like I don't know. That's the one thing that holds it back, is they have some unrealistic characters that are kind of crazy. There's this one guy who becomes like a psychopath and starts like blackmailing people and beating people up, and like the rest of the characters don't do anything for any particular reason. There's no like driving force, like the characters are just kind of existing as we get to know them, which isn't bad, but there's no tension. I'm just watching people do stuff, and I'm like, okay,
tension is important.
I don't know. Like it's got a lot of really cool things. The show is really cool. The format is awesome, but it needs work if it's gonna do better next season. So, and Zendaya is amazing. He's so good. That's all I have to say.
Supreme.
Never heard that show before, but seems intense.
Look it up, HBO, bro.
And my dad watched the first episode, and I was like, "Why is he watching this? It's like for high schoolers."
Yeah.
I don't think he watched more than the first episode, but I thought it was weird. I don't know. It seems like you have to like commit to it to like get into it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like looking at teenagers, but it's like a different lens, and it's like a very unusual lens. Like it's not attractive to everybody, that's for sure. Anyway, who's going next? Who wants to talk about a show?
Yeah, I think it's Will goes next.
All right, so I watch a lot of shows, and I just want to list like shout out my favorite ones: How I Met Your Mother, Breaking Bad, BoJack Horseman, Better Call Saul, and the one I'm going to talk about, Barry. A lot of B's. So Barry is also on HBO. There's 2 seasons out. I know Tyler has seen it. Alex, I don't think you have, right?
I think I've watched maybe 2 TV shows in my life.
Well,
That's
you know,
not true,
Barry's a
but I
good
don't
one.
watch TV shows.
Um, so going into it, what I knew about it was that Bill Hader plays a hitman that goes to LA for a hit and then ends up trying to be an actor. And I knew it was like comedic, but still like dramatic. And I knew it was really good. And that was an understatement because this like I guess like not knowing a crazy amount of it going in, it's just like kind of it blew me away, honestly. I didn't Bill Hader, man, he like directed, edited, he did like so many things on it, and like it was so good. Um, yeah, so like that's the roughly the plot is he's a hitman who comes to LA and he ends up taking an acting class by accident and he falls in love with it. And what's funny is like he's a really bad actor. That's not a spoiler. That's like the first episode you learn that. But Bill Hader does such a good job acting as a bad actor. So I think that's kind of funny.
Mm.
And really like its mix of comedy and drama is like very like it's amazing like the pacing and like the tone switch and one scene can go from funny to like terrifying in like a split second. But there's also crazy like action because you know he's a hitman. It's not all about action, but like there has to be action scenes for it to make sense. And it was so well done. I was honestly amazed. I did not expect that when those scenes came up. I was expecting them to cut away or to be like, you know, a little bit cliche, but it was extremely realistic from what I would guess. I don't know. And just another thing is that it's very like fluid. Like there's an inciting incident that takes place like in the first episode, and then basically the whole plot of the 2 seasons thus far is like choices the main character, usually Barry, makes. How does like the story then bounce off of those choices? And it's not like there's something happens and it's over and then there's like a new plot the next season like a lot of shows do. It's one fluid thing and new realistic loose ends, they come back into play, and then like how does that get, you know, intertwined? And they're very creative with how they handle these things. And I have nothing but positive comments about Barry. There's these 2 episodes that have 3 of my like favorite moments in television. Because I don't know about you guys, but you ever like watching a movie or a show or something, and like you feel like you're in it so much. Like let's say a character is like upset, like you feel your body reacting that way.
Yeah, like
It
you're actually
happened.
upset with them.
Yeah, like you're just like overwhelmed, and you're like, wait, this is a show. That happened like 3 separate times, and that's due to the acting and the writing and the cinematography and the directing. Really, just everything. There's not a single thing I would have to complain about this show, Barry.
Sounds like a good one.
Yeah,
There are 2 seasons of Barry out on HBO. They're both like I can only agree with what you're saying. The season 2 finale gave me like some of the most chills I've ever like it was so good. The show honestly starts to get kind of dark, but it's way for the better. Like it's still really funny. There's one comic relief character who's in all the advertisements. This bald guy,
Hank.
who's I forget. He's like a
They're
mobster. He's so
yeah.
funny. What's his name?
NoHo Hank.
Yeah. Hank is so ridiculous all the time.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's another thing. In the second season, all of the main and supporting actors, like in the main title sequence, all of the actors were nominated for Emmys. And and Bill Hader won for both seasons.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Crazy.
But anyway, yeah, Barry's amazing.
Barry sounds good.
Was it last show?
Yeah, last show.
Wrap us up.
Yeah, I really don't watch that many TV shows. I'm more of a YouTube person, which is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like everyone watches TV shows. I'm not necessarily in that boat. But there is one TV show, and like it's only like kind of a TV show. Like it's like they're like 30-minute episodes and whatnot, but it's not on like Netflix or HBO. It's on Facebook Watch, which honestly has a few gems in there, and this is one of them. Real Bros of Simi Valley. It's on Facebook Watch. I think one of the like really cool things about it is it's the main characters. They're acted by YouTube stars. There's Jimmy Tatro, there's Nick Coletti, there's Cody Ko, and there's Getter. They're the four main characters. Jimmy Tatro is Xander. Nick Coletti, he's Bryce. Cody Ko, he's Wade, and then Getter is why am I forgetting this? This is not good. Bryce. Bryce.
You said someone else is Bryce.
Wait. I'm out. We gotta think about this. It's not good. I should know my characters. They have like Instagram. Duncan. Why did I say differently? Okay. So all right. It hasn't been an episode in a few months because they were waiting to film some episodes like after Corona, like in like April and May, and then coronavirus hit. So, I'm a little rusty on the show. I'm not going to lie, but there's Xander, there's Duncan, there's Wade, and there's Bryce. And the cool thing is like, they're all like YouTube stars. You all like know them beforehand. They're not like the typical actors. And pretty much the show, it's about these people from Simi Valley, California. And a lot of the things on the show, they reference stereotypes about like California and whatnot that are like very exaggerated. And that's like one of the funny parts about the show. And they pay homage to like typical reality shows. Hence the name like Real Bros. It's supposed to be like Real Housewives of. And it's pretty sick. They're working on season 3 right now. They're just starting to be able to film like after COVID and whatnot. So pretty much like season 3 got halted. But yeah, everything in the show is like super exaggerated. One of the like coolest things I think about the show, every one of the characters has their own like Instagram page. Like this is like Xander's Instagram page, Xander Sanders 805, and they're all like, they all act the same like in their Instagram as they do on the show, and like it's very exaggerated and pretty funny. They're also all like, I guess they pay homage to like Simi Valley stereotypes by just being like in their mid-20s and not really having anything going on in their lives. I don't know. It's like a bunch of kids that, they have like wealthy parents, but they aren't successful themselves. So it's an interesting sort of situation there. But yeah, it's one of the gems of Facebook Watch, I'd say. I'm kind of pissed I didn't know what one of the characters' names was, but I haven't watched in a few months. They've been it's coming out. I think they're doing a new episode again on September 4th. They were doing episodes like every week on like Fridays at noon. I remember like always watching them, but they had to wait a few months, and now they're coming back. So it's gonna be good.
I remember I watched the first season with you, and it was funny. A lot of memes from there that you don't realize.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
got good gems.
Man. It's good. It's good stuff. But yeah, I don't know. This is a quick episode. Wait, can I give a shout out? Can I give another shout?
Absolutely.
So my boy Ben Larson, he's actually here at my house right now. There's a few people here, just close friends, roommates, social distance, obviously. But this kid, so he's a subscriber of the podcast, and he listens to them. He literally sent me a video of him actually like watching and analyzing our NFL predictions. It was sick. I think he watched the whole thing. He probably didn't, but
awesome.
Let's think he did. So we're in like my backyard today and socially distanced. My mom's watching, but he was talking to me about Promised Land Chalky milk, the best chocolate milk in the game. And because I was like, this was like 7:00, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the store because I need to get chocolate milk for the podcast tonight. And he's like, oh, wait, isn't like Promised Land like really good one? Are you going to like Big Y or something like that? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll probably head over there. And he's like, hey, can you get me some? So I'm like I'm the chalky milk dealer in this situation. I'm the dealer. And then
dealing chalky milk?
Dealing chocolate milk. So I go over to Big Y, and guess what? They're out of Promised Land. So I don't
Dude, the
actually.
people are listening.
The people are listening. They probably watch this podcast. Remember, we got a shout out at Big Y one time. It's intense stuff. We're really
Anybody has any
gaining traction.
connections to Promised Land? Like, hook us up.
Yeah, hook us up.
for
Come
We
on.
sure.
have a
Yes.
following.
It's the best chocolate milk. We all know it. It's facts. Sorry, Churches. Sorry, Stews. You guys are great too. But yeah, that was interesting. Shout out Ben Larson, my boy.
Shout out Ben Larson.
Yeah, Ben Larson.
Mm.
Also, shout out Trader Joe's. They got made with fair trade cocoa. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and look at the cow. The cow looks cool.
Dude,
Got a
what's
cow.
fair
We
trade?
always say if there's a cow on it, it gets bonus points. It has a similar color
Or
to
chocolate on it.
we
like
use a
Promised
similar brown.
What's fair trade cocoa as
It
opposed to
has
like?
to do with like fair trade is like has to do with like workers being paid like adequately and like no child labor, and like it's set up in a way where like they don't just come in, plant a bunch of cocoa, ruin the town, and then if they leave, nobody has a job. Like fair trade is like a governing body that like makes sure like stuff that's like crops sort of is like everything's set up in a way that doesn't mess up the environment or the economy in the area. So look
That's
for
good.
fair
stuff.
trade on stuff.
And fuck
Everything.
Fairlife.
Yep.
Fuck fair
Fairlife.
Fuck Fairlife. You guys suck.
Mm-hmm.
We don't stand for animal
We will
cruelty.
not.
We will not.
ever
We
have
will.
Fairlife
If
on this
anybody
podcast.
comes on our podcast and reviews Fairlife, they're out. You're not going to be a special guest on the podcast. We will never review Fairlife. They don't deserve any of our money or our time.
Zero.
Boycott
Zero.
Fairlife.
Fuck Fairlife. Just want to make it clear where we stand.
Also, I started Legends of Korra this week. Shout out Avatar. And we all, I don't know about you guys. I was gonna say I took the quiz. Which element would you bend if you were an avatar? I don't know about y'all. I got air, which is like, it's cool. I wouldn't want to be like an air like guy from the show, but like I'm down to bend air. Air is sick.
I haven't taken
I got air on
Yeah.
2 different tests. From what I heard, air is the best. Water is still no. Air and fire are the good ones. Water is still pretty cool, and then earth is just like
Fire is the least helpful.
but it's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's cool, but that's about it.
I don't know.
I'm a
Air is-
chalky milk bender.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the best element to bend.
You
Mhm.
commented that on Tyler's Instagram. It was good.
Mhm.
Chalky milk bender, down
Respect.
for that.
Respect.
All right, I think that about covers everything, right?
I think it does. I think this was a good episode. I don't
Yeah,
know.
geez, we
Quick
blasted our way
Good
through
little
it.
short one. You know, last
Yeah.
week is long. If you add last week and this week, you
It's
and
the same.
average it. It's average. You know, same as
Exactly.
usual.
But we are at 90 subscribers. Get to that sub button and click it. We have 1 or 2 left till we actually hit 1,000. If we keep getting these subs up, we're gonna reach 100, and then the ultimate Chalky Milk review will come out. We reviewed that we filmed that before Promised Land, so we didn't know that was the champion. But
That's true.
it is a good episode that it will be coming out soon. That's a non-podcast content. Chalky Milk Gang golf match. Can we get to 45? Probably not. But that's coming out soon too. In the next
Race for 45.
Yeah.
Yes, so thanks. Like, comment if you want us to talk about something, or if you have a chalky milk you want us to try, or if you're drinking chalky milk along with us, let us know what that is.
Definitely.
Share, subscribe. Road to 1,000. We're almost there. 100 subscriber special is the chalky milk review.
Ultimate. Yeah.
We got some big
Tyler,
stuff
you got
coming.
any comments?
Big stuff coming. Tyler, any
Big stuff on
last
the
thoughts
horizon.
here?
Dude, I don't know. Does it drink Promised Land? Try Promised Land. Go find it. Go get it wherever the hell, wherever you
get it.
get your chalky milk. Go find it and drink it. It's so good.
Also, Ace 8 over Ace 7. I'll say that. Shout out.
Ace 8 over Ace 7. Let's go.
Poker.
Kima, take us out.
Hey, it was an absolute pleasure being with you guys today. And you know what? Till next time. See ya.